This year, the average large enterprise will run 1,600 AI agents. Fewer than 1 in 5 knows which ones it already runs. Each forgotten agent still holds a live key to production, and no one built a way to switch it off. A leaked key becomes a break-in within hours, not weeks. Could you name a single agent inside your own network?
Let's get into it.
An enterprise architect at a New Zealand firm could tell you exactly how many AI tools her company had approved: 47. 3 weeks later, she learned the real number holding live production credentials: 340. This is the Hamberger Report. I'm Andreas Hamberger, Enterprise Architect, Wellington. Here is the number that should end the argument. IBM says the average large enterprise will run 1,600 AI agents by the end of this year. Only 18% keep a complete current inventory of the ones already running. Only 12% have a single platform to manage them. 70% of executives say their own governance is not fit for the job. This series has been building towards this moment for many chapters. It named agent identity as the 6th pillar of zero trust. It argued that identity, not the network perimeter, is now the architecture. It described the badge, the pillar, and the blind spot. This week reports what enterprises are actually doing about them. The honest answer, at scale, is very little. The gap between the 47 you approved and the 340 you run is the whole story, and almost no one can see it yet. Sit with 2 of those numbers side by side. 1,600 agents, 18% inventory coverage. The Cloud Security Alliance measured the same hole from the other end and found 82% of enterprises have unknown agents already running inside their systems. A separate study found that 68% cannot tell an agent's activity apart from a human's. This is not a warning about what might happen. It is a measurement of what already has across most of the organizations watching this. So start with the word that matters, because approved and running are not the same thing. Approved means someone signed off on a tool. Running means it holds a credential and acts on it whether anyone approved it or not. The 47 on that register were the ones a person formally waved through. The other 293 were built by people solving real problems with tools that happened to need a key to work. Nobody hid anything. Nobody acted in bad faith. The register was not false. It was just measuring the wrong thing. It counted permission. It never counted reality. Chapter 5 of the book introduced the Lethal Trifecta as a threat model. A system turns dangerous when it combines 3 things: access to sensitive data, exposure to untrusted content, and the ability to act on the outside world. An untracked agent with a permanent production credential meets all 3 conditions at once. By definition, it has the data, because that is what the key was issued for. It sees untrusted content, because that is what agents process. It can act, because an agent that cannot act is not an agent. Nobody set out to build a dangerous system. The firm built 293 useful automations, each solving a real problem, and the sum is a lethal trifecta, at a scale no one chose and no one can see. The threat model stopped being a thing you reason about. It became a thing you can count. On Friday, the 4th of September, this channel launches its 9-episode open source series, Free as in Theft, on who really owns the layers beneath your systems. If that question follows you home, subscribe now so the first episode reaches you. The discovery gap is only half of it. The other half is what happens when an agent dies. Only 21% of enterprises have a formal way to decommission an agent, and only 19% are confident their retired agents are truly gone. The Cloud Security Alliance calls the result the persistent blast radius, and the mechanics are ordinary. A key is issued for a pilot, it is written into a config file and forgotten. The pilot ends, the agent is switched off, but the key is never revoked because no process exists to revoke it. The agent is gone, the credential is not, it still works, still reaches production, and now belongs to nothing anyone watches. There is a clock on this. The European Union's AI Act transparency rules go live on the 2nd of August 2026, with fines reaching 15 million euros or 3% of worldwide turnover. To comply, you must know which of your agents talk to people. At 18% inventory, most cannot show that. You cannot mark what you cannot see. The inventory failure and the compliance failure are the same failure. There is a defense and sovereignty layer here, and it needs no forcing. The world that runs contested networks reached this conclusion first, and it built the gateway before anyone else did. The United States Department of Defense runs identity under a reference design that treats non-person entities, the service accounts, devices, and software agents inside its networks as first-class identity subjects. They are enrolled, credentialed, and revoked under the same discipline the common access card imposes on people. The reasoning is structural, not bureaucratic. On a contested network, a credential no one can account for is an actor no one can account for, and an inventory you cannot produce is a perimeter you cannot defend. For New Zealand organizations inside allied supply chains, that discipline is becoming the reference point. Partners who hold their own systems to this standard will expect the same evidence from the systems they connect to. The agent register you build this quarter is also the assurance record you will one day be asked to produce. The architecture is already in the book. Here is the least you can start this week and the point of each move. First, discover before you design. You cannot govern an estate you have never measured. Query your secret stores, your service accounts, your gateway logs, and reconcile them against your official register. The difference is your unknown agent population, and it will be large. Second, give every agent a persona and a record, a unique name, a human team that owns it, a short-lived credential, and a review date. Third, engineer the death, not just the birth. Make decommissioning a rule. The platform enforces, so a key cannot outlive the agent it was made for. Fourth, screen every unknown against those 3 trifecta conditions and revoke the ones that meet all 3. Fifth, do not wait for the standard. A formal agent identity standard is realistically a 2027 or 2028 matter, but the building blocks, short-lived verifiable workload identity, already run in production today. And the New Zealand angle is direct. The access rules you apply under your existing security manual already reach agent credentials. You just have to inventory them first. So what does New Zealand actually hold? The first end-to-end validation of the deep space fuel stop flew from a headland on the east coast of the North Island. That is not a small thing, and it is worth being honest about what it means. It is what happens when adoption moves at the speed of people solving problems and governance moves at the speed of process. There is a New Zealand thread in this, and it is not nostalgia. For 30 years, I have watched organizations here treat the layer beneath the application as somebody else's problem until a vendor changed the terms or a platform was retired and a quiet background fact became a scramble. An agent is a joiner, a mover, and a lever, exactly like a person, and it needs a lever process too. None of this needs a new budget line or a procurement. It needs you to treat agent identity with the seriousness you already give human staff. So here is the only question that matters this quarter. If you ran the discovery scan tomorrow, how many agents you have never heard of are holding your production credentials right now? I would like to read what your delta turns out to be.
That is the Hamberger Report for today. If this was useful, subscribe and hit the like button. It helps more professionals find the channel. You will find links to everything we covered in the description below. I am Andreas Hamberger, and I will see you tomorrow.
Like and subscribe.